the Lord comes as one of us and just like plays with us as a human being. Therefore we need not consider that Lord is one of us. It is His omnipotency that He presents Himself with His real form before us and displays His pastimes, just the prototype of His abode. So that abode of Lord, there are innumerable planets also in that Brahma Jyoti. Just like we have got innumerable planets floating on the sun rays. Similarly, in the Brahma Jyoti, which is emanating from the abode of the Supreme Lord, Krishna Loka, Goloka, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitavi. All those planets are spiritual planets. They are Ananda Chinmaya. They are not material planets. So, the Lord says, Na tad bhasayati sujja, na sasanka na pava, jadgatya na nivartante, tadhama paramangama. Now, anyone who can approach that spiritual sky will not be required to come back again in this material sky. So long we are in the material sky, what to speak of approaching the moon planet? The moon planet, of course, is the nearest planet. But even we approach the highest planet, which is called Brahmaloka, there also we have these same miseries of material life. I mean to say, the miseries of birth, death, old age, and diseases. No planets in the material universe is free from the four principles of material existence. The Lord therefore says in the Bhagavad Gita, Abrahma bhuvanan lokan punaravartinajyo. The living entities are traveling from one planet to another. It is not that we can simply go to other planets by the mechanical arrangement of the Sputnik. Anyone who desires to go to other planet, there is process. Janti deva brata diman pitrim janti pitribrataha. If anyone wants to go to any other planet, say moon planet, we need not try to go by the Sputnik. The Bhagavad Gita in the steps says, Janti devabrata devan. These moon planets or sun planets or the planets above these Bhuloka, they are called Sargaloka, Sargaloka, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Sargaloka. They are different status of planets. So, Devaloka, they are known just like that. The Bhagavad Gita gives a very simple formula that you can go to the higher planets, Devaloka, Janti Deva Brata Deva. Janti Deva Brata Deva. Devabrata, if we practice the process of worshipping the particular demigod, then we can go to that particular planet also. We can go to the sun planet, we can go to the moon planet, we can go to the heavenly planet. But Bhagavad Gita does not advise us to go to any one of these planets in the material world, because even we go to the Brahmaloka, the highest planet, which is calculated by the modern scientist, that we can reach the highest planet by traveling with Sputniks for 40,000 of years. Now, it is not possible to live 40,000 of years and reach the highest planet of this material universe. But if one devotes his life in the worshipment of the particular demigod, he can approach the particular planet as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Janti deva brata devan. Pitri janti pitri brataha. Similarly, there is pitri lok. Similarly, one who likes to approach the supreme planet. The supreme planet means the Krishna Loka. In the spiritual sky, there are innumerable planets, Sanatan planets, eternal planets, which are never destroyed, annihilated. But of all those spiritual planets, there is one planet, the original planet, which is called Goloka Vrindavan. So these informations are there in the Bhagavad Gita, and we are given the opportunity for living this material world and get our eternal life in the eternal kingdom. Now, in the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the real picture of this material world is given. It is said there that Uddhamulam madho shakham asatham prahurabhyam chandangsi yasaparnani jastang veda savedavid. Now this material world is described in the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita as a tree which has got its root upwards, urdhamulam. Right. Have you experience of any tree which has its root upwards? We have got this experience of a tree, root upwards, by reflection. If we stand on the bank of a river or any reservoir of water, we can see that the tree on the bank of the reservoir of water is reflected in the water as trunk downwards and the root upwards. So this material world is practically a reflection of the spiritual world, just like the reflection of the tree on the bank of a reservoir of water is seen downwards. And similarly, this material world, it is called shadow. Shadow. As is in the shadow, there cannot be any reality. But at the same time, from the shadow, we can understand that there is reality. The example of shadow in the shadow of water in the desert suggests that in the desert there is no water, but there is water. Similarly, in the reflection of the spiritual world or in this material world, there is undoubtedly, there is no happiness, there is no water. But the real water or the actual happiness is in the spiritual world. The Lord suggests that that one has to reach that spiritual world in the following manner. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha dandai vimuktya sukha dukkha sangai gacchantya mudha padamabhayam tat. That padamabhayam, that eternal kingdom, can be reached by one who is nirmana moha. Nirmana moha. Nirmana means we are after designations. Artificially we want some designations. Somebody wants to become Sir, somebody wants to become Lord, somebody wants to become the president, or somebody wants to become a rich man, somebody wants to become something else, king. All these designations, so long we'll have attachment for all these designations, because after all, these designations belong to the body, and we are not this body. This is the first conception of spiritual realization. So, one has no attraction for designation and jita sanga dosha. Sanga dosha. Now we are associated with the three modes of material qualities. And if we become detached by devotional service of the Lord, so long we are not attracted by devotional service of the Lord, we cannot be detached from the three modes of material nature. Therefore, the Lord says, Vinivritta kama. These designations and these attachments are due to our lust, desire. We want to lord it over the material nature. So long we do not give up this propensity of lording it over the material nature. Up to that time, there is no possibility of going back to the kingdom of the Supreme, the Sanatana Dhamma. Dandai vimukta sukha-dukkha sangai gacchanti amura padam abhyanta. That eternal kingdom, which is never destructible, like this material world, can be approached by amura. Amura means non-bewildered, one who is not bewildered by the attraction of this false enjoyment. And one is situated in the supreme service of the Lord. He is the right person to approach that eternal kingdom. And that eternal kingdom does not require any sun, any moon, or any electricity. That is a glimpse idea of approaching of the eternal kingdom. In another place of the Bhagavad Gita, it is also said that abbakta akkhara ityukta stamahu paramam gatim jang prapana nivartanti tadhama param. Abbakta means non-manifested. Even the part of material world is not manifested before us. Our senses are so imperfect that we cannot see how many stars, how many planets there are in this material universe. Of course, through the Vedic literature we get information of all the planets. We may believe or not believe, but all the important planets in which we have connection, they are described in Vedic literature, especially in the Srimad Bhagavatam. But the spiritual world, which is beyond this material sky, parastasmatu bhavo anya, but that abbakta, that not manifested spiritual car is the paramangati. That is, one should desire, one should hanker after reaching that supreme kingdom. And once approaching that supreme kingdom, jang prappa, one approaching or one achieving that supreme kingdom, non-nivartanti, one hasn't got to return back to this material world. And that place, which is the eternal abode of Lord, that from where we haven't got to return, that should be our. Now, a question may be raised. What is the way, how to approach the supreme abode of the Lord? That is also described in the Bhagavad Gita. It is said on the 8th chapter, verses 5, 6, 7, 8, the process of approaching the Supreme Lord or Supreme Lord's abode is also given there. It is said like this: Antakale chamameva smaran muktya kalevaram yah prayati samadbhavam yati nastatra sangsaya. Antakale, at the end of life, at the time of death, Antakale cha mameva, one who thinks of Krishna, smaran, if he can remember a dying person at the time of death, if he remembers the form of Krishna, and while remembering in that way, if he quits the present body, then surely he approaches the spiritual kingdom, Madhbhavam. Bhavam means the spiritual, the nature. Japrayati sa madbhavam yati. Madbhavam means just like the nature of the transcendental nature of the Supreme Being. As you have described above, that the Supreme Lord is Sachidananda Vigraha. He has his form, but his form is eternal, Sat, and full of knowledge, Chit, and full of bliss, Ananda. Now just we can compare our present body, whether this body is Satchidananda. No. This body is Asat. Instead of being Sat, it is Asat. Antavattu imedeha, Bhagavad Gita says, that this body is Antavat, perishable. And Sat Chit Ananda. Then instead of becoming Sat, it is Asat, just the opposite. And instead of becoming Chit, full of knowledge, it is full of ignorance. We have no knowledge of the spiritual kingdom. Neither we have got any perfect knowledge of this material world. So many things unknown to us. Therefore, this body is ignorant. Instead of becoming full of knowledge, it is ignorant. The body is perishable, full of ignorance, and nirananda. Instead of becoming full of bliss, it is full of miseries. All the miseries that we experience in this material world, it is all due to this body. The Lord says that Antakale cha mameva smaran mukta kalevaram. One who quits this material body simply by remembering Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he at once gets the spiritual body of Satchidananda Vigraha. The process of quitting this body and getting another body in the material world is also organized. A man dies after it has been decided what form of body he will have in the next life. But that is decided by higher authorities. Just like according to our service, we are promoted or degraded. Similarly, according to our acts, we are acts of this life. The activities of this life are preparation ground for the next life. We are preparing for our next life by our activities of this life. So, if we can prepare our this life for getting promotion to the kingdom of God, then surely after living, after quitting this material body, the Lord says, Japrayati, one who goes, sa madhabhava jati. Madhabhava, he gets the same spiritual body as the Lord has, or the same spiritual nature. Now, there are different kinds of transcendentalists, as we have already explained above. The Brahmavadi, the Paramatmavadi, and the devotees. In spiritual sky, or in the Brahma Jyoti, there are spiritual planets, innumerable spiritual planets. We have already discussed. And the number of those planets are far, far greater than all the universes of this material world. This material world is ekangsena sthitu jagat. This is 1/4 part manifestation of the whole creation. 3/4 part of the creation is the spiritual world. And in the 1/4 part of this creation, there are millions of universes like this, which we are experiencing at the present moment. And in one universe, there are millions and billions of planets. So, there are millions and billions of suns and stars and moons in all this material world. But all this material world constitute only 1/4 manifestation of the whole creation. The 3/4 manifestation is in the spiritual sky. Now this Madhabhava, one who desires to merge into the existence of the Supreme Brahman, they merge in the Brahma Jyoti of the Supreme Lord. Madhabhava means that Brahma Jyoti as well as the spiritual planets in the Brahma Jyoti. And the devotees who want to enjoy the association of the Lord, they enter into the planets, Vaikuntha planets. There are innumerable Vaikuntha planets. And the Lord, Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, by his plenary expansion as Narayan with 4 hands, with different names, Padmana, Anuruddha, and Madhav, Govinda, there are many innumerable names of